great man by the name of Jim Rohn. I don't know if you ever heard of Jim Rohn before, but I got a few of his books over here too. But he said, you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. Once again, you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. So let's break that down for a second. What does that even mean? You're thinking that somebody is just supposed to give you money. That okay, the world don't like I'm losing money on what I'm spending money on. So I'm just gonna go back to the source of money.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab again over Discord.
It ain't too long. I can stall on having a heated conversation, a heated discussion on fuckery. It ain't too long. Too long I can do that. So you asked me if I was ready. I'm like, just go ahead and get this joint going because I'm about to explode right now.
Oh man, it's insane how that feeling in the back of your mind get when you're either talking to that person or that crowd of people that are just like, you know, it seems like they're sheep. Like they have no form of free will or motives to do anything other than work or 9 to 5 or just complain. Since
Bro, I'm gonna be real. I just don't get it, bro.
like
I really don't. I don't understand it. Like I don't like. I don't think I've ever understood it. I'll be real. Like there was a point in time in history where like I was like before this, you
mhm.
know, so there was a time where I was still in darkness, as I talked about on the previous episode. There was a time where I was still swimming up in that thing, but like this right here, I just do not understand. Like I've never understood this. Like this is like my mom burying her head in her checkbook 3 times a month, crying with her checkbook open kind of level of insanity, bro. I just don't understand it, dog. Like this is ridiculous.
Because it's just that it's insanity, and people think it's like it. It seems like those problems are just stuck on repeat, and they just constantly go through them, go through them, go through
In the
them,
loop, bro.
and they don't learn anything from it. They don't, try to get out of it. They just stuck in this loop, like a
Playing the
Ferris wheel or
victim.
Mary. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
They in the loop playing the victim. Like somebody did something to them. Like, bro, like get out of yourself, man. I'm all right. So you say you gonna take it boss of false. I don't even think we need to go there. The whole damn episode is a boss of false, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that. Just tell the story first.
All right, so at our job, uh, we usually have these meetings every year.
I don't know. We ain't had one since COVID started.
Hmm. So we usually have these like meetings every year, or such, to discuss, you know, big changes for the building or the whole company nationwide or whatever. Uh, but in this particular meeting, we got to talk about a raise or a step plan. It's, how much you can get through, I think, of a total of,
How much you can make depending on how long you've worked there.
yeah. Uh and it went up. It's something that people wanted. They wanted higher pay. But it wasn't the pay that they wanted. It was basically the amount of, 30 cent here, 40 cent there, 50 cent here. And people were pissed, because of people starting out would make just a little bit more than them. It wasn't a total significance of, you know, of a pay raise. It's literally just, you know, a fraction of a penny in some cases, So boss or false move? Is it a boss move or a false move? To
Total false move.
total false move. Uh, and it was almost like they was about to go on strike. How pissed some people were, and it just like what do you expect from a job or a company? How much time of your brain power are you gonna put into your job? Like how much trust are you gonna give them to have your best interest at heart? Because I haven't worked a job yet where people were like, "Yo, how are you feel?" Concerned about your mental health or the things you have going on outside. Now, granted, the benefits are, really well. Most jobs they ain't gonna straight up pay 100% of your college or, you know, some other things. So it's really like
And this job don't, but you know,
what are you truly mad at? What it's I don't know. It's like if you're that bent out of shape about it, there's other things you can be doing out here. If money is the issue, you could be making a whole lot more outside somewhere else, or you could just be making more. Like literally, like what I don't understand it. I don't.
you done?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm about to blast it out the water. I don't know. I don't know if we can last. I really don't know if this episode can last a whole hour. Like I really don't know if we have an hour's worth of content in this topic right here. Cause like I'm about done with this. I was done with this when it happened, bro. So look,
uh,
I just like you said, bro. I don't understand it, and I got to a point yesterday, and it seemed like arrogance,
mm,
but really I just don't care about their opinions no more. Like I don't care to walk with them. I don't care to be around them. I don't care to focus on them or raising them. Like yo, I got to this point where the people like in the environment, like yo, you too weak to walk with me anyway. Like you won't survive anything that I would put you through if you stood beside me. So like with that being said, like yo, I'm just like trying to figure out like how much how much do a person need to go through in order to understand that they're walking the wrong path. And I don't like me personally. I understand why John C. Maxwell said don't sign up for that class now because after yesterday, bruh, me trying to help out some of the people that we were talking to, like, and I seen dudes, bruh, like they came out the room, they were heated, they was like pissed off and they yelling and all this other shit like that. First of all, like Denzel was right. The dude Denzel, he was right, bruh. My man said, "Hey, I'm just trying to ask all the questions because once we leave up out of here, bruh, everybody else gonna have something to say, but ain't nobody got nothing to say right now. So I'm just trying to get it all out in the air right now. And bruh, I'd be damned if he was right. I was hoping he was wrong, bruh. But as soon as everybody walked out that room, out them doors, bruh, everybody had something to say. But everybody was quiet when it was in front of the people who could answer the question.
Mm.
Nobody had any questions. But what I realized is it's not because they're not brave. It's not because they feel uncomfortable asking the question, bruh. They just know for a fact that somewhere deep inside of them, they shouldn't be upset with it. But yet when they walked outside, they just blended in with the environment anyway.
Mm.
So so I'm sitting there watching, right? I just stood on the side. Oh shit. Embarrassing. Fuck it. So I stood on the side and I just watched everybody, bro. I looked at people body language. I listened. I wanted to see who was gonna be huffing and puffing, who's gonna be like all in their feelings. Who knows what's gonna flare out? I was looking at all that because I'm just trying to dictate what kind of environment that I'm in. What kind of environment am I really in? And like yo, just watching the amount of people just cry over chump change, bro. It was sad to me, man.
Mm.
And like I really felt some type of way. I'm like, yo, why are you here? Like I wanted to I wasn't mad about all right, so get how deep this is. I wasn't mad about the fact that I didn't get paid like I didn't get a dollar raise. First of all, before I went in the room the first time, I didn't even know how much I was getting paid anyway. I didn't even know what they were paying me, bro, because I didn't care. But
Mm.
what really made me upset was the reaction of the people in the environment when they saw it.
Mm.
That's what that's what almost made me leave. I was about to walk out the room just off of seeing the reactions of everybody alone, bro. Cause I'm like, yo, y'all sick, bro.
Yeah. Majority and I don't know how the other groups that they brought in reacted. I'm pretty sure it was the same way. But like
Yeah,
a good majority of the people there, you know, they're money hungry. Uh and it mostly stems from, you know, their environment. Uh uh they saying that, you know, the cost of living went up, so they immediately want, you know, to be compensated for that. They want everything to go back to the normal, but even the normal is still bare minimum. Like, yeah, things like, you know, say like a pair of vice grips, you know, they've been locked onto, you know, this paycheck for a good little minute, and then things got a little bit tighter, so you know they have less wiggle room to work with. You know, they can't go out every weekend. They can't, you know, uh buy that new car during tax time and all this other stuff. uh so they're pissed. You know, their normal way of living, which is still the bare minimum, you know, has changed just a little bit. They can't have as much freedom, or
no,
what they
bro.
think is freedom, uh anymore. So they're like, all right, my job, my safe haven, my comfort zone is going, you know, be my saving grace.
I ain't feeling that much.
You ain't feeling?
Cause the dude told me yesterday, bro. Cause he was
Mm.
like, in the process of ranting about the fact that he didn't get paid more. He was having a conversation with a group of people, and they were all talking about how the cost of living has gone up. And I was like, I'm just sitting there looking at him like, bro, I bought a house in COVID, and my cost of living ain't even go up. So what are you referring to when you say that? And like as they was going around the group, bro, they was talking about how much they all paid in rent, dog. And I'm like, yo, what? bro, y'all pay more for rent than I pay for my mortgage, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are y'all like? I'm trying to figure out where y'all living at, dog. Like, y'all living up in penthouse suites and shit. Like, you can park your car in the living room with the lift gate garage joint that come up into the living room, bro. Like, what are you paying for? Like, where you live at? Like, for real, bro. Like, yo, there's no and quiet as kept, bro. When they say that when they like they say they look at like the metrics of how they choose where like how people what is that um
That.
the report that they do when they gather the data of everywhere around the country, and they gather the
Mm-hmm.
data of everywhere in the local area and all of the things in the local area, bro.
Every
You don't think
business.
that the living spaces that are in the area that's close to the job is the dictating factor,
Mm-mm,
not
no.
your $2,000 penthouse suite that's all the way that's 40 miles away, bruh. Come on, dog. Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like why is it that people put so much energy into somebody else's into somebody else's thing, bruh? It just don't make no sense to me. Like, yo, for real, you worried about gas prices before. Gas prices done went down, and people still making the same excuses about how they don't make more.
Big fact.
Gas
Big
prices
fact.
have dropped a whole $2, and folks still out here poor. Like, you were gonna be on your A game as soon as gas prices drop. Gas prices dropped. I ain't even hear about it.
Mm.
I just went to the store one day. It was actually recently. I was like, yo, I asked Alyssa, when the gas prices get back down to $3?
And it was real quick too. It was like a span of maybe like a week or two actually. And it's I can't even explain it. I don't know what it is. It's a collection of, you know, people being in their feelings about stuff that they got going on that they can't fix. And they're expecting the
But
job
they
to pay
can
them more.
though.
They don't know how. Or maybe they want to just play victim. I don't like budgeting is a thing, downsizing is a thing, being a minimalist is a thing. Like
Adult.
that too, sometimes you downsize your living. Like you said, people are paying, 2,000 in rent, not including utilities. And they're fine shoving that much money out each and every week. Like you paying something way out of your budget for what?
Way out of your league.
For what?
Way out of your league, bro. It's like you trying to you the nerds nerd trying to go to the school dance with the high school prom queen, bro. It just don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense.
You ain't had to do that. And anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen.
Not that. Not trying to not living off of or making a certain amount of money,
Mhm.
bro. And first of all, like you should understand, like, yo, who are your neighbors? Like, I'm just
What you
being
mean?
real. Like, who are your neighbors when you live in those places? Like, who are your neighbors? Do your neighbors work where you work at?
Oh,
Like,
oh,
just being real, bro. Like, when you
true,
when you paying that much
true.
money, bro, do your neighbors work where you work at? Like, it just don't make sense. Like, there should have been some signs that you're not supposed to be here. There should have been some sign, like, yo, when you out here, all right, so all right, I'm gonna go back to this. Most of these people that complaining about the fact that the cost of living has gone up, because it goes up every year when you rent from somebody. I don't care where you at, but they seem to raise rent a lot when you rent from, like, companies and stuff, like apartment complexes, all that other stuff like that.
Mm,
Hell, even
yeah.
houses, when you rent houses from people, they still raise the rent. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, I've talked about it with multiple people that are in real estate. It happens. It's just part of the thing. But when you get your tax money and you move into this fancy neighborhood, tax money run out every now. It runs out.
Yeah.
11 months of the year, tax money runs out. 11 months of the year, tax money run out. You get tax money one time, 1 month of the year, 1 month, one time. So you living off of tax money. You had the money at the moment. So now you just squandered the money. Now you worried about the job and how much the job paying you. It don't make sense, bro. I literally can't make sense of it.
Uh,
Help me out here, Mark.
I'm
Help me
trying.
out,
I'm trying.
cause
Like,
you were talking to the folks, bro, and they seem real comfortable venting to you, bro. I can't like folks came to me, man, and I was just like, yo, look, for real. I know you want to be mad. I know you want to rant about it, but I'm just not the right person to do it with, bro. Like I feel you. Like I know you are pissed. You are heated. I feel you. But go talk to somebody else. Like I just straight dismiss people, man. Oh, your boy, pirate man, dog. I just
mm,
like I straight let my man have it, dog. Like he walked up to me and was like, man, y'all should be as mad as we are. I was like, bruh, I ain't even know how much I got paid before I went in there. I don't care. Talk to somebody else, bruh. And he got mad at that.
he was pissed. Like, and it's all because of, you know, I, even that. Like, I'm just like, it's still the same if you really look at it. Like, yeah, starting out, they're gonna get a little bit more than what we had. Literally, just a way less than a fraction of.
That's not relevant.
Uh,
That's not even relevant.
exactly. So, like, why are they getting pissed? Like, everyone still gets the same cap.
Yeah.
And if you're not planning on moving up in the company, if you're not planning on moving up, in your life, what are you complaining for? You should be scraping, scratching, trying to collect every bone that they're throwing out to you. If you're not going out and getting the bones yourself, why are you getting mad at what they're giving you? You put yourself in a position to accept. When you sign that contract, you're gonna accept everything that they give you, everything that they're offering. You bite the bullet and you accept it. Like, the company is gonna do what the company does. The job is gonna do what the job does. You signed up for that ride.
Their money.
Exactly.
It's their money. They get to do whatever they get to spend as much or as little as they want to. It's their money. They literally
Mm,
like they can drop pay and like you'll be pissed about it. And somebody else, the next person that get hired along, they'll just replace you, and the next person to hire along don't even know anything about how much you were getting paid.
big facts. All that just reminded me of a video I watched about this motivational speaker speaking on rewards and service. Imagine a scale, that old timey Greek scale where they measure you. You got a little bowl on a string over here, a bowl on a string over here,
For scale.
and yeah, and let's just say your paycheck is your reward, right? On one side is your paycheck, your reward, and on the other side is your service. Uh, if you want your reward to be heavier or to be more, you have to change
Service,
up your
serve.
service.
Yeah.
So, like, that's it. Like, if you want more money, check out your service. Like, what are you offering to people? Like, what are you offering in life in general? Like, if you're going to a job and doing the bare minimum, because no one works harder than us, basically, uh, what do you expect to get in return?
What do you mean by that? No one works harder than us. Break that down a little bit, because I want to make sure we on the same page.
Uh, I mean, you have your people that come to work, uh, but they're looking to have a chill day.
Yeah. All
Nine
right.
nine times out of 10, everybody there is just they want a
Yeah.
chill day. They want the easiest, workload that they can possibly get that day, and still
Yeah.
do
All
that
right.
very solely.
I got you. All right.
Um,
I just wanted to make sure we was on the same page with that.
yeah, and they do all that week after week, month after month. They do that for a whole year, and then the job gets a little busier during the heavier seasons, and still they want to do the bare minimum and get mad when they get a raise. That's the bare minimum.
I'll go in on that in a second. I'll go in on that in a second, bro. But yeah. It's funny, yeah. And you just hit the nail on the head, man. Like, I was just trying to figure out, like, yo, how is it that you get to come to work and tell people that you ain't about to do no work?
Mm,
Like, first of all, let me start here. I ain't never been to a place. I ain't never been to to somebody's corporate America that allows you to have the freedom to say that you ain't about to do something.
facts.
I ain't never been to nowhere like that, bro. Until I came to this place, I've never seen it in my life. Like it don't exist. But right now, for whatever reason, like people are not able to do anything about the people who say that, yo, I ain't about to do that because I don't get paid enough to do that.
Hmm. And
Like
like
I've never,
that's a legit statement that they can get away with. I
yeah,
remember I got laid off because I missed 2 days out of six where I was working 6 months straight.
bro. I remember doing like working at a job, right, and doing double the work of what I would do in a day at where we work at now,
Hmm.
and only got paid $1 more.
Mm.
The dollar that they were asking for. Like we were doing double the work. Like we probably touched more boxes at that building than most people in where we work at touched in this month. Like on a slow month, like where we probably touched more than less than, like I probably ain't touched the amount of boxes that like in my entire time of working there in the place that we work at now, I probably ain't even touched the amount of boxes that I touched at the other building while I was working there the entire time. Like just being real, like 100% real. Like most of my injuries came from that place, bro. Like I ain't even lying to you. My back, elbow, wrist, everything, bro. Like everything, it all came from there, bro. And they won't even getting paid that much.
Mm.
But look, I want to jump into the differences of personality and types, right? Because like, here's what I noticed before we even went in the room to talk about the wages, right?
Mm.
Here's what I noticed, right? All of the leadership got taken over to the joint at first,
Mm.
and we were waiting to get taken into the room, and the dude came out. Alyssa's boss came out that joint and was like, "We're going into the room to talk about your compensation. We the reason we're doing this is to make sure that we talk to you guys first before we talk to everybody else, so that we make sure that any questions that you have and any concerns that you have, we go over it before you go to the floor. What you hear in this room, you do not repeat. Everything that happens in this room stays between us. We will talk to everybody else. So we're going to talk about your compensation." He never said pay. First of all, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. He never said pay. The word pay ain't never come out of anybody's mouth until the group asked for it. The group asked about pay. They said compensation. So the language was different with the
Mm.
people who were in upper management. I didn't hear pay until I got into the second room.
Mm.
All right, so y'all ain't hearing me, bro. So when we went into the room, we saw the same exact presentation. They stood up in front of the room and said the same exact words in the same exact order. And my man said, "You guys are getting a raise," or he said, "You guys are getting paid 30 cent extra," or he was like, "You guys," he didn't say, he didn't, like, he wasn't linear like that. He said, What do you say? What do you say, Mark? He said there is a positive change on
On
every step. Is
yeah.
what he said, bruh. The room I was in, we were just like, he said, he looked at us, looked around. Can I get a clap for that? Everybody was just like,
Yep.
uh, okay. I was like, yo, am I supposed to be excited about that? Like, I didn't really
Facts.
care. I didn't really care that much. Like, I looked over at Bria. She said the same thing I was thinking. She was like, I didn't know I got paid that much anyway. I
Mm.
was like, all right, yeah, all right. So we in the same ballpark, I guess. So like we good. Like, and then like we walking out that joint and people were still talking about stepping down.
Mm.
People were still talking about stepping down, bro. Even walking out
Yep.
that joint, I'm like, yo, what? That like, yo, they're like, this is it's not a difference in the money, because
Mhm.
everybody thought it was like, okay, PA is not mad because they get paid more than we do, bruh. No, fucking 30 cent, bruh. And I think the difference between the top, the the longest life waster of tier one and the longest life waster of tier three, I think the difference was only like 70 cent.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
It
if
was literally 70 cent.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, you were saying something.
I was gonna say like if I wanted to be a PA, it wouldn't change drastically. It would just I would be making the same, and then over time I get like a couple months or something. I finally make 75 cent more after working the position that makes more
No, it's time in the building.
time in the building.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so why did it make it sound like? All right, okay, all right. Hmm. Uh.
Because the
Hmm.
step plans overlap. Like I think it was like the 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 24 month from the tier one spot.
Hmm.
It overlapped with the tier three joint anyway.
Oh,
But you just
that's
don't
still.
max out. You just don't max out as a tier one where the tier threes max out at, because it don't make no fucking sense.
It's ridiculous.
It don't make
Uh.
no fucking sense. But like, I was looking at people, right? And
Mhm.
and when they hit the joint, when they hit the slide and showing, like, they had already talked about their ways, bruh. They had already talked about it. And they were already pissed about it.
Mhm.
And when they flipped that slide to the tier three slide, bruh, all those eyes lit up. I'm like, yo, it ain't nothing but a extra. Like, it was only 50 cent more than what they were already looking at 36 months, bruh. I
Great.
was like, yo, what? And they lit up. Everybody was
Mhm.
like, oh, what? I'm like, yo, what is happening here? It was embarrassing, bro. Like, at that point, bro, like, you know how you just get embarrassed for somebody, man. Like, somebody do some shit, you just like, oh my god, like, this is cringy, bro.
Mhm.
Like, it felt like that,
That was
man.
that whole room. Yep.
It felt like that, bro. I was just like, yo, what? No, I felt like that for that whole room.
It's
And
an.
we sitting
Mm.
there looking at those folks like, yo, this is terrible. This bad. This bad.
My thing is though, like if if nothing changes, nothing changes, and it's not meant to be for oh if I get paid more, things get easier. If you just switch your mindset, a lot of people are stuck with I want this luxury lifestyle with this piss poor, you know, service to people. And it's you get you get out what you put in. And if you're putting into the job, like all you're putting in the job is your life. Like that's it. And to a company, you're really just a body. Like not to say some companies don't treat you with, respect and all this other stuff, but
This one treats you a little bit more like a person than any company I've ever seen in my life, bro.
And it's just like people expect this company to just save their
Also,
lives.
also added to that, like
Mm.
to me, when people say that they were like they want to go to where I came from, bro, because they get paid more. What I just said, it like I want y'all to hear this. What I just said, it was worth the pay cut.
Ooh. People don't see it that way. They just see the dollar sign. They don't see the consequences behind, what a higher wager looks like somewhere else. And it's just like, when are we gonna get past the wages and actually look at a job as a
A vehicle.
opportunity, yeah, a vehicle to, take you somewhere better. A job is not going to save you from the 9 to 5. The job is the 9 to 5. What saves you from a 9 to 5 is, things like this podcast, learning new things to,
So
better yourself. You, yourself is what's going to save you from this 9 to
our
5.
hustle, exactly. But like I want to go ahead and switch over so we can start talking about practicality real quick
Mhm.
for at least 10 minutes because I'm about to blow this podcast out of the water. Mark, if you got anything to say, I'll say I promise you better say it now. Um, yeah. Ooh,
Take advantage of, every learning opportunity, cuz you never know what you'll use later down the line. Uh just take advantage of your job. Like, your job isn't just a paycheck. It's a learning utensil. Like, use it as such. Don't see it as, all right, this job is going to pay me XYZ uh each week, bi-weekly, or at the end of the month, whatever. However salary works or whatever. Uh go into a job, network, uh, you know, get every nit, every little, nook and cranny of information you can from a job before, you part ways with it. Before you get on that hustle, that grind to, do something better. That's all I got.
uh, so a great man by the name of Jim Rohn. Like I don't know if you ever heard of Jim Rohn before, but I got a few of his books over here too. But he said you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour.
Mm.
Once again, you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. So let's break that down for a second. What does that even mean? You get you're thinking that somebody is just supposed to give you money that okay, um the world don't like I'm losing money on what I'm spending money on. So I'm just gonna go back to the source of money and just ask for more money. But even when you
Yep.
even when you got money, I promise y'all, like check this out, right? Even when you got money and you can pay for stuff cash, you still gotta ask for a loan.
Mm.
Like I won't break a few things down because obviously there's some people who don't understand things about money that they think they understand and they're asking for things that they think they need, but in reality you don't really need what you think you need. What you need is knowledge. And you sitting up here looking at that at tangible stuff like it's knowledge. Like if I had more money, then I can do more. But you're living in a loop. And I don't think you understand that you're living in a loop. Like we talked about the folks earlier who they live in a $1,600 $1,700 rent they paying $1,600 $1,700 worth of rent, but you only make 18 $19 an hour. It just don't make sense. Something there doesn't add up. Like I don't know how you calculate it, but $18 times $18 times 30, not 40. $18 times 30 because you taking VTO for whatever reason. Like I don't know if that math is that math don't necessarily add up,
It
bro.
ain't mathing.
And it ain't mathing. It ain't mathing like it's supposed to math. The math is broke. So like I don't know how money or numbers work in your mind, but for whatever, like it just I seem to have a little bit better of a handle on that. Like you like that victim stuff, like you can
Mm-hmm.
keep that. Like yo, for real. You wake up every single day and do the same exact thing over and over and over again. And then when you get to where you do it at, you tell people you complain about when somebody sends you to where the work is. You complain about the fact that the work is getting hard. You complain about the fact that the work is doing what the work is supposed to do. And you complaining about the fact that you got to do it. So if for real, if you don't get paid enough to do it and they think you do, where's the disconnect? Is it with them or is it with you? I was just asking the question, like, yo, for real, like when you see it and you're standing on the floor, you just like, all right, I'm just here collecting my money, pass and go like I want to be, and you just on your phone, and the work come to you, and you like, oh man, let me just go slide off to the bathroom
Mm.
for 45 minutes, knowing that ain't nobody gonna say shit to me, knowing that somebody gonna do it while I'm gone anyway, and then you come back and ask for more money the following week after you know you did that. Like, bro, like I just don't know. Like if in the back of your mind you should feel like if you shouldn't feel guilty about yourself. About not even the fact that you work there because you think it's just the job that's the problem. You think it's just the place that you work at is the problem. You ain't even looked at yourself yet. You playing victim and you ain't even looking at what you add to the world around you. You don't even believe in helping people. You don't even you believe in helping others. So and bruh, I promise you, when I say that it was a different environment when I was in the other room, here's the difference. These were people who have taken responsibility for the operation of the entire building. That's what was involved in this conversation. These were people who had taken responsibility for everything that's going on in the entire building. They never said, "All right, we should be getting paid more." They looked at it and was like, "All right, we not losing money, right?" It was like, "Cause y'all brought us in here like we were losing money. Y'all brought us in here like we were getting a pay cut." Like it was like, "No, you're not getting a pay cut." They were like, "All right, so we good. We can head out. We good? All right, cool." Like, but y'all went up in that joint and y'all wild out, and you didn't wild out because you didn't wild out in the presence of the people who you were supposed to be wilding out for. You waited until after you left the wild out. You waited until after you were gone to wild out. You waited until nobody could hear you and nobody could reprimand you for what you were saying, or nobody could shine the light back on you. That's why you waited until you got out of the door to ask the question. You waited until somebody couldn't point the spotlight back on your life, couldn't shine the mirror back on you, because if you knew that if somebody answered the question that you had, that they would make you accountable for what you've been doing. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We not on the same page, Mark. We're not on the same page. All right, do I need to break that down anymore?
Break it down a little bit, because I just realize it feels like, people just they want to be upset. Like I saw that and I'm like, even now.
Being upset justifies the time that they wasted, the time that they lost, and the things that they have done to themselves being a part of the culture. Being upset justifies the amount of or I've been here for this amount of years and such a blase splee. I'd got all these permissions. I don't wear this. I can wear this vest. Being upset justifies all of that. Being upset justifies the fact that they haven't been doing anything. That they not anything. Being upset justifies the fact that they are less than what they thought they were. Because if I can be upset at the situation, if I can be upset at the fact that you just told me that I'm getting a raise, but it ain't the raise that I thought I was going to get, being upset justifies the fact that I'm not good enough to be leadership. Being upset justifies the fact that I'm not good enough to be like the people that I see on TV. Being upset justifies the fact that I can't not pay my bills. It justifies it. So when you say, or you look, when you sit in the room and you looking at this screen and you said, I don't get paid as much as I want to get paid. You're looking at this screen like this, like the screen just disrespected your whole life. But it's because you have already worked yourself into a money problem before you got to the problem that you're at.
Big
You
fact.
were already in the money problem beforehand. So that's why you came to this point and you tried to justify the fact that, okay, well, I already got money problems. I ain't got this going on. I ain't got that going on. And it's your fault because you're not paying me more. It's your fault. You were grown ass men and women start buckling because they were looking at this and they didn't get the raise that they wanted to, and now all of a sudden the fact that they having money problems was because of inflation. Did inflation just start happening last year or something? Like, did I miss something?
No,
I,
because
I was
if
I was hearing about inflation as a child.
yep, yep. Uh, freaking out there. I remember Math Problem talking about inflation. How for the first quarter of the year, a bundle of apples, 12 apples or something, is $1.50. The next quarter it's 3.50, fourth quarter such and such, and then it's like what's the average or what's the
Yeah, I
percentage
remember
of
that.
um and it's like even with this podcast, like we talked about it before, even way before COVID. People were still doing the same thing during, before, and after COVID. Well, COVID's still kind of going on, but anyway, uh, during tax time, parking lot littered with cars. During the
People obviously moving into $1,700 apartments at what tax time come to. Just
facts.
wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, cause Shawty girl was in that apartment way before COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, ain't no way you looked at your paycheck and was just like,
I
"All
thought
right,
so.
yeah, I can afford 1,700, I can afford $1,700 off of that." Yeah, ain't no way in hell you looked at that, bruh. Go ahead, Bob. I'm
Yeah.
my bad, man.
Uh, it's and I'm like, it's the same stuff you were doing, but before things got the way they were. Like, if anything, things are a little bit better for real. But like, because they're stuck in this loop that they have to complain about work to get a raise they don't deserve. Uh, they just put all their efforts, all their energy into, oh, the job is going, like I said before, the job is going to save their life. But you're in control of your life. You choose to be at that job. You choose to have nothing going on outside of, the job, and you expect the world to be given to you?
We're even in the job, bruh.
Like, and then your love or your passion for people is a pile of dog crap. Like, you shysty to every person you meet. You shysty to people trying to give you advice to, be better. You
You
shysty
only
at
help your
things.
friend. I did claim that you helping out everybody else. Like ain't nobody see that shit.
Man, this person told me that he doesn't help others because others don't help him. And I literally sat there and I'm like, have you asked? Like, have you talked to anybody? Like, I can count the people you talk to on, like, 3 fingers. Well, one person all day on one finger, you know. And it's just what do you expect out of that? Like what type of relationships or networks do you expect to have out of that mentality?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
on top of that, you believe everyone is out to get you. Everyone is you are just treated so unfairly, and you just expect like the world to just be handed to you. You expect a raise, you expect people to leave you alone.
Is that what
Yeah,
white privilege is?
I, I would think
I
so.
don't I don't know. I just don't know, but that just I've never had the luxury of feeling that way. I've never had the luxury of just
Facts.
walking around thinking that I could, thinking that people are just gonna do for me when I don't do for them. Like without serving anybody, I can get served. Like I've never been like that. I don't know. I should probably ask that next time I talk to him about it. It sounds like it. I don't know. I don't know.
My man's scale is way off. He think his reward is supposed to be so huge when his service is so less.
Oh my God, and bruh, he just get the, bruh. It's horrible that I know who you're talking about, but bruh, the dude literally leaves his comrades hanging in the middle of battle, bruh.
Facts. Like I remember he tried
We
to
just made a
just
joke about it.
um he saw a situation I was going through. Uh, uh he saw where I was working with was busy, and for some reason he thought I was gonna stop and talk to him. And I'm like, you gonna either move out the way or walk and talk. He tried to walk and talk. He tried to keep up with me, but he almost got ran over. He fell into a cage, and I'm like, bruh, I'm not stopping. Like we got stuff to do. Like move. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not gonna tell you to get the hell out the way, but I'm gonna work around you so you would move the hell out the way. I'm like, bruh, like what?
Yeah, that's white privilege. Yeah, that sounds like that. That sounds like that. Maybe I'd never seen it because Alyssa don't act like that, bro. Like I don't know. I don't know. Is not something ain't clicking right. Like I ain't reaching the promised land with that one. But here's the problem here, right?
mm,
Some of y'all think y'all valuable.
mm,
You think you think and believe you valuable, but you don't think or believe that you need to be valuable. You just want to be valuable. You're pretending to be valuable because of your position. And you think that if you if you're there or you're just present, your presence alone is enough to make you valuable.
mm.
You think that your presence alone makes you valuable. I'm pretty sure like the dude who came and stood next to Marcus while he was working, no value. Marcus wouldn't pull like, all right, think of this, like, yo, you coming and stepping over to somebody who working and you give them gasoline while they working on boxes. They moving boxes and you hand them gasoline. And you like, all right, you walk away like, all right, cool. I gave that person gasoline. I'm valuable. What the fuck are they gonna do with it? Think about that. Like, what are they gonna do with it? What are they gonna do with gasoline while they moving boxes? Like, think about that. So you that's literally what you guys are walking around doing, right? You're walking around holding gas, and you walking next to the vehicle that you're supposed to be inside, holding the gas can. You walking and trying to push the vehicle. You're walking with the gas can in one hand and trying to reaching in the window, holding onto the steering wheel, trying to push the vehicle. And you think that makes you valuable, but you have the formula twisted. You have the formula backwards. You're supposed to put the gas in the vehicle.
Mm.
You don't supposed to throw the gas on the windshield. You don't supposed to throw the gas in the car. or in the window. It goes in the gas tank, so you can drive the vehicle to where your destination is. But you're too focused on how the vehicle look. You're too focused on where the turn signal fluid go. You so focused on if the window is tinted. Yeah, I said that. You so focused on things that don't matter, things that are irrelevant, because while you're focusing on the outside beauty of the vehicle, the contour lines and the LED headlights and LED tail lights and the dual exhaust and all that other stuff and how it sound when it started up. You too focus on that, and then you don't realize that when you get inside the vehicle look like shit.
Hmm. Oh.
You're too focused on the fact you that your vehicle. Oh, here we go. All right, I got it. You're so focused on the vehicle that you have forgot about where you're going.
Hmm.
You done made it look pretty. You done cleaned it up. You done put gas in it. You done tuned it up. Everything. You done made it sound good. You done paid spent you just spent your tax money and all extra earnings on the vehicle. You done put rims on it, music, sound system, all the works. You done customized it, tricked it out to everything that you wanted to do with it, and you forgot where you were going. You done stopped at the pit stop so much that you forgot where you were driving to. You was on a road trip just in the middle of the country, and just like, oh yeah, where was I going again?
Hmm.
You done lost your destination. And what is your destination? Your destination, first of all, the only people who are mad about this money, the only people who are mad about the fact that they didn't get paid the amount of money that they're supposed to be getting paid, are the people who have given up on their life and decided that the vehicle itself broke down in the middle of a highway. That they are looking at the vehicle as the destination. They have given up on going to that destination that they thought they were going to. Those are the only people who are upset about this. So if you're upset about it, we know where you are. Mentally, we know where you are. Broke down on the side of the road in your vehicle, trying to make your vehicle go. You just in there just trying to make it go. And you have lost your way. You don't understand that it was your thoughts. It was your thoughts that got you here. You don't understand that for some reason you just have completely ignored the fact that you did this. This was no responsibility of anybody else. There are people who we work with who pay more money on GP alone. They pay more money than they get paid. They pay out more money than they get paid, and they do it before payday.
Hmm.
So when you get that, when you get that extra money, I promise you that the problem was there before they said that you were getting extra money. Nobody even knew they were getting paid more. Nobody even knew that was happening. First of all, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. So you being upset about it, it really don't even make a difference, because you didn't even know you didn't even know you were gonna be there anyway. And I feel like if you had missed work and didn't show up at VTO like they wanted you to anyway, you wouldn't have heard about it anyway, and nobody would have said a thing. It would have just been good.
It would have been another day.
It would have just been another day. You would have came back next week, and everything would have been just hunky dory. Nobody would have said a word. Like, I really do feel like that. But I know for a fact that the Facebook group right now, was lit. I know for a fact. I ain't even been in there to check on anything, but I know where when I go into it, I know what's gonna be put up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause y'all need to hear this.
Hey man. So what does that look like in a situation where, like, you're looking into the mirror? That car he's talking about, in an extreme case, that's you. You're not putting the gas, the energy into yourself to make it to your destination. Like, in another extreme case for the destination, some people don't even know where they're going. They got that job because they heard or they believed that, they was gonna make enough money to live this luxurious life. They were gonna uh, actually, I don't even know what they were gonna do. I don't know everybody's plan. I know when I went to that job, I knew this is gonna be the stepping block or the foundation of what I need. This is gonna be
Yeah.
the thing that leads me to the destination. This isn't
Yes.
the destination. But a lot of people, I just believe that they think that that job is the end point. This is where they're gonna, you know,
Hmm.
they have no plans for anything after that job. Like when they clock out, there's no plans but for that job to come back to that job to make more money so they can go out, spend it, just to come back to that job to make more money to spend it. And it's just they get stuck in that loop and expect something to get them out of that. They expect the job to get them out of that, but you
Hmm.
have no type of fuel, no type of energy within yourself to get yourself out that loop to do whatever you want to do, you know. And it's not like these people are, retarded, dumb, slow, incapable of doing things. Some of these people are like super bright. Some of these people got degrees. Some of these people know a trade, and they just, oh, I should be paid more because I know more. But are you putting that to use? Are you doing something with that outside of this job? Are you learning something outside of this job or while in this job? They congratulated a lady in there that, I don't know if she's starting her own business, but through
Oh,
Amazon or through the job, got,
she got a CDO.
yeah, she's starting her own job or starting her
No,
own, no? Oh, she's
no,
just, oh, okay.
she's got a CDO.
Well, even with that, I mean, what is her plans to, use that CDL for? You can use that to get yourself out of the job, out of the 9 to 5. But it's all, a person's mentality. Like they just stuck on the 9 to 5, giving them money that they didn't work for. Some people don't even work as hard as their paycheck shows, and then they expect more money out of that. Like I don't, it, man.
Bruh. Um, we're over our time, so like
Mhm,
I got one more thing that I'm gonna add, and we can go ahead and start closing this joint out because we didn't talk about value enough, and I think that's where we need to hang this up on.
mhm,
Because we spoke about value earlier, Brad, and I just want y'all to understand what value looks like. So like what you think value is, like I don't know what people think value is. Like I just being honest, like I don't know what when they hear the word what they think of. I think they might think of like a Burger King menu or something like that. I don't know. Like
value meal.
they yeah, they think food for whatever reason. Like I think that's the case here. So like when the quote says that you get paid for the value you bring in the hour, and some of you think that you're just gonna get paid just because you showed up. And then for the most part, you're right because you've gotten away with doing that for so long. And like and the reason I'm saying this because like I'm pretty sure that there's some people who just kind of got into the culture and was like, all right, they may have came in with a better attitude. And I'm speaking from experience when I say this because there was some times where I kind of lost my way a little bit and just kind of slacked off and started being pessimistic about everything that was going on. So I'm pretty sure some of you like, all right, but I did come into this job for a career, and I want a career while I'm here. But every time I try to do something, something happens, or this happens, that happens, or blase, blase, whatever the case is. And then whatever for whatever reason, you just start slacking off and you just start doing whatever because that's what the man's excuse is. The dude that we talked about earlier, that's what his excuse was. Every time he tried to do something, he gets shot down or it don't work or whatever the case is. So then he just like, all right, I'm bitter, I'm jaded, I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do, and it is it is what it is, and I want to be getting paid to do what I want to do, not what you want me to do, boss. Like fuck you, boss. Like whatever. Like
Yep. I was gonna say all that energy he's putting into complaining and all this, he put himself there. Don't think that, the job is just personally out to get him. No, he
sure, I got you. I
he
got you.
dug his grave. Oh, my bad. All right, go.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So like for real. Some of
Mhm.
y'all feel like that. Y'all feel like you've been wronged before, and like
Mm,
you've been wronged in your family, but you just stay there. But when the job do it, all of a sudden there's a problem, and like uh, you get to a point where you just start slacking off.
mhm,
So you think your value becomes your presence. Like you're like the Queen of England or something. You just your value is you. You just show up and you just valuable. You just all of a sudden valuable. Like like you just show up and everybody just gotta bow down to you and give you everything you want. Come help you. Come do your job for you so you can just go ahead and get paid. And it works. And it works. And that's your problem. It worked for you for way too long. So you're thinking value is you until somebody like Marcus come along who actually gives value, and then people want to pay him more. All right, I'm gonna say that again. Like somebody like Marcus come along and he works circles around you. He add value to the team, and I can think of a few other people just like Marcus who, because they add value to the team, people have talked about considering him for paying him more. All right, somebody ain't hearing me. There are a group of individuals who not even asking to be paid more. They don't even want the position that you want because you say you want to get paid more. They don't even want the position that you asking for. They don't even want the pay that you asking for. The only thing they want to do is come there and do what they do. Only thing they do when they get there is they blow you out of the water. They work circles around you, and people want to give them a shot to move up to the next level. There's a group. There's at least five of them.
mm.
There's at least five Marcuses somewhere. Right now, there's at least five of them, and I sat in on the conversation. The people who interviewed for the job won't even talked about in this conversation, bruh.
Come on.
Dead serious. The people who interviewed for this job were not even the conversation pieces. It was the people who add the value. It was Marcus and a few others. Yeah, yeah. So when you add value, people want to give you what you want anyway.
Mhm.
So let's take this off the job right quick, because you think that your job is the only place where you make money, because you go up in there and you can perceive value as you showing up. But it's the only place in the world where you just show up and you get paid. The only place in the world. But
Big
because you have such a low standard on adding value to people and things of just putting value out there into the universe, sowing seeds, putting energy into the right things, because your energy is so low there, you will never get paid doing what you want to do. You will never make it doing anything else other than clocking into a job. When you have that mentality, when you have the mentality to sow seeds and add value to other people, you'll never make it anywhere but a 9 to 5. I promise you. It doesn't work when you try to add value to yourself and not the rest of the world. Because all you're
Mm.
trying to do is add value to you. You think that value is money. You think that value is riches. You think value is things. So you want more money so you can value more things. You see where I'm going with this? Because you're not
Mhm.
trying to value people, because the people and the things that people do are the value. But instead of valuing those things, you're valuing value meals and value items. You're trying to shortchange on items. You just want to buy stuff. You want to live fancy, live rich. So you want the money so you can value yourself. And you have put the money on such high pedestal that you can't see anything else outside of that. You can't see your own flaws. You can't see your own knowledge, your own wealth. You can't see any of that because you value money so much. You value your paycheck so much. We're done, bro. Let's not keep this conversation going anymore. I'm done.
Alright, alright. So
Mm-mm.
do better, people. Do better. Alright, just end it flat. What we got coming up?
Just end it.
Eh,
I don't know, bro. We got a lot of things coming up. The Aether
Word.
Universe podcast is now in production and will be released really soon. We got a few episodes that we're going to record starting today. Well, I mean, we already recorded a few, but you know, we're going to do a few more today. And oh man, and whew, I don't know, man. I got a lot of stuff going on. I don't really have anything like with definite dates and stuff right now. So you know,
That's
we
cool.
still working
That's
on
cool.
things. I have gotten. I don't know how this happened, but I looked up and I got 10 chapters into a personal development book, and
Okay.
the goal. Yeah, it was the course that we were talking about, and I told you that I had that problem. Yeah, I ended up just laying. I laid in the problem. I laid in the problem. It was a really good problem though. Like it's gonna have it'll be one product coming from it at least. Like we'll figure out the rest from there. But
Big fact.
I got some people saying that they can read it and they can break it down in a way that they can make a work like a course out of it, coursework. So yeah, man, we're working on that right now. I'll probably finish that doing NaNoWriMo or before NaNoWriMo, depending on how how I want the next month to look. But you know, running myself ragged, just trying to add value to people. You know, running
Preach.
myself ragged, but you know,
Amen
but
to
yeah, man.
that. Um, Still working over here. Uh, got some personal things going on that are, that are actually looking up. So I'm pretty proud of that. Um, just grind it out, people. That's all it is. Working on the the thing that brings you joy. That's all it is. We want y'all to live a very happy and prosperous life, just like what we're working towards. So get out there and get it, people. This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.